Hi, Jamaicans.com. This is another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt. And today's topic, first of all, Happy New Year. Happy 2019. Happy new week. Some people, new chapter of your life. Happy New Year. Yeah. I have so much on my mind today. But before I get into that, just tell me where you're connecting from. Feel free to share this video with your friends, with your family on Facebook. You can just select the share button. We are going to be talking for a good while today. Have some time on my hand, and there's just something that's on my mind that I really want to talk about. You know, I always look forward to your comments. So as you come into the video, if you're hearing me clearly, just give me some hearts. If you're not hearing me so clearly, give me which one I should tell you now. Give me they don't have a thumbs down. I wish they had a thumbs down. But if you're not hearing me so clearly, you can comment and let me know. But if you are, then give me some hearts. Happy New Year, Sharon! And Sharon is connecting from Staten Island in New York. And Karen says, some Jamaican women. Okay, yes, so alright. And you're just running for the topic here. So today we're talking about why Jamaican women can't get along. Why we can't get along. Why we cannot get along. I want to know. And Karen says some Jamaican women. I see why you say some, because we don't want to be absolute. Happy New Year, Steph. But I don't understand it. It's 2019, and the first week in 2019 we see two major beefs. I saw them call it. Two major quarrels of the sort between, or among, I should say, because not even between anymore, among Jamaican female dancehall artists. If you haven't been following what's happening recently, and I know this is just one of many things happening. Yeah, man, we know about the plastic ban, the ban on single-use plastics that took effect January 1 in Jamaica. We know about the dengue fever outbreak. We know about the R. Kelly documentary. But today we're talking about why Jamaican women won't or can't. I don't know if it's a will or will not. I just feel like it's a can't or just shall not. And I hope it's not a shall not, because I don't feel comfortable knowing that our opposites, men, do not have much arguments and tension and so much backbiting and bad mind among themselves like Jamaican women. Like, why is it that, and I'm going to explain the first scenario, why is it that you have two very talented female artists, dancehall artist Spice and dancehall artist The Angel, putting out a beautiful song in 2017, no worries, and 2018 I should say, and by the first week in 2019 they are arguing about some misinformation that took place among their crew. So Spice Dance crew and The Angels crew, and rather than the two women coming together away from social media and having a conversation about it, they're back and forth. Why is it we can't get along? You understand? I really want to know. Xavier, thank you for tuning in. Happy New Year, and you're getting the popcorn. Let me tell you, you have to probably go get some yam and some dumpling, because it's a long conversation. You understand? As you come in, just tell me where you're connecting from. Of course, this is another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann. And let me tell you something. I'm not going to come here and share just one side. I'm not going to just share my side of the conversation. I want to hear from you. I want to hear, do you think that there is a serious issue that we are not addressing as it relates to the relationships among women. Karen said, up, indeed. Ray Ray says, woman is woman worst enemy. Wamek. Why? Because I'm sure men are not men's worst enemy. Is the opposite the truth? Is that the same thing? I doubt it is. All right, the other scenario, just this week, Michelle says she's here from Brooklyn, but she's in Jamaica on vacation. Michelle, let me tell you, you're in the best place for a vacation. Just last weekend, I was in St. Anne's, and it was just lovely. Boy, I love my country. My country beautiful, and I'm bossy about it. So enjoy your vacation. Sharon says, I'm eating ackee and saltfish with dumpling while I'm watching you. Big up. Nick Lincoln says, big up yourself. Happy New Year. My sister, Happy New Year, my brother. Geraldine giving me some love. Thank you for that. So you're hearing me clearly. Today's topic, we're talking about why Jamaican women can't get along. The other scenario that I'm bringing to you, last weekend, men don't hold on to things forever. Yeah, that's another thing. Just last weekend, dancehall artist Dovey Magnum came out to say that she hosted her first I don't know if it's the first. So it's probably not the first, but first in a very long time, all female concert in December, right? And 2 of the women who she had scheduled to perform backed out at the last minute, and in a very unprofessional way. So she reached out to them just to confirm some details for the concert, and that was when they told her, we aren't coming. Why? Because we don't get along with some of the girls on the lineup. This is after they had already confirmed that they would be, delivering a performance at the concert. And I'm like, some on here. Why do we have to represent ourselves like that as women? And I know these are two scenarios out of so many others, but what are some of the underlying issues that we're not quite addressing as Jamaican women? We have a big responsibility as women, The man them don't want to admit it, but we run this, we run the world, we run with the family unit, we ensure that there is a continuity in life. You understand? We give birth. You understand? So I don't want to say we give life because we don't, but we give birth. We are the nurturers. So if it is that we can't get along with our own, how is it that we're going to pass on love, respect, camaraderie to our children? You understand? To people who we mentor or mentees. Lord, it just seems one way. And I feel like it's a new year and we need to address this issue. Omar says testing. Testing what? Clover says we are emotional beings. We feel and too much emotion. Yeah, too much emotions. Too much emotions are involved in our decisions sometimes, and I think that is what is messing up our relationships. You know, one thing I love about Jamaican men, as much as sometimes it gets so physical with them draw them machete, right? They always, or in most cases, let me not be absolute, in most cases, them make it up. They make it up and they move on. You never see, and if you do see a Jamaican man carrying on the bad vibe, the bad energy, more likely that person they just bad mind or have some problem that is not associated to the current issue that they're facing. Andrea says, women power, love ourselves, ladies. I guess it's that, Andrea. I guess we just need to love ourselves some more. Because, I mean, even the situation with the dancehall artists, out of respect, don't take your arguments to social media. And that is what I'm seeing now. Before them even take up your phone and have a conversation with a person, you bring it to social media. You're here talking about that person rather than just calling them up. You understand? Man, you hardly see man do that. You hardly see when Jamaican men are upset with each other, them gully just say, yo. Me I give that youth there a breeze, you see me? Me I give that youth there a breeze. You don't see them bring the conversation to social media. And then what I find interesting as well, when they do bring the conversation to social media, you know what happened? Women spark or stimulate or further the backbiting and the quarrel. Yes, I true. Such a stay for true. Team this, team that. Women, if you look at most of the comments, and you guys can come and tell me if a foolishness may talk. You understand? Most of the time, when you look through the comments, it's usually women who are fueling the argument. Colin says, I'm single, I love your accent, and I would love to... okay, Colin. Shooting your shot? Okay, 2019. All right, Antoinette says, social media is not your friend. Exactly, Antoinette. And I think that is what is confusing many people, not only women. But as it relates to women in 2019, it's a new year. We can't, for the first week of the new year, we're arguing. You understand? And one of the things, people will always say to me, but Ashley, why are you using them as reference? Because we have young girls who look up to them. You understand? When you become a public figure, you have a public life, you are held in a different regard than the ordinary person. And yes, your actions will be examined and will be used as some form of, marker of some sort of how Jamaican women or Jamaicans behave, right? Diana says, hi, we female need to understand that we hold the world in our hands. We are mothers, childbearers, and whatever we think, act, or say, we influence the child that we carry. The hands that rock the cradle, rock the world. If we don't stop the foolishness, if we're going to create a better world, we need a better, and we need to start that. I feel like when people come out and make statements about, oh, we need world peace, we need a better world, it starts with us. It starts with the relationships that we foster. You understand what type of relationships you're fostering? If the only time you can talk to a woman is because you're trying is when you have something negative to say to her, then what type of person are you becoming? And what type of person are you encouraging your children and people who look up to you to become? Simone says, insecurities cause some of us to self-hate, which come off as hate towards others. Alright, so you're saying that it's an insecurity issue. So yeah, tell me, say, Simone, Jamaican women have serious insecurity issues? Dwayne says, greetings and a very pleasant good afternoon to y'all. Bless up my sister. Sorry that I can't stay with you today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that too, Dwayne. Clover said you should have an open forum on this topic at a physical location. You have a voice. Thank you, Clover. That is something that I definitely can consider. But we want to talk about it, man. What is your relationship with women in your home, at your workplace, at your church? Do you some peace? Me tired I hear about the stories that the church sisters them can't get along. What's the purpose? When our church sisters and don't get along? You understand? I'm tired of hearing of mothers and daughters at odds. You understand? I'm tired of hearing. I'm really tired of hearing about sisters and sisters not getting along. And sometimes when you reason out the issue, as some foolishness. I'm tired of hearing of women fighting over men. Why is there always a need to be, confrontational with each other? Gerlin says, when one woman is full grown and others will not talk, this only way to get your message. Okay, thank you. Sharon says, older women are not teaching the young anymore. That too. Sharon, you know what? I have an experience that I want to share with you. In my current job, I'm a supervisor, right? So I do a bit of training professionally. So professionally, my role is as a supervisor, as a trainer, as a mentor. And in some cases, I have to mentor, supervise, monitor women who are older than me. 9 out of 10 times, that is one of the most difficult things I have to do, because they are very, very oppositional. They are very antagonistic. They're usually the person in my group who gives me the hardest time. And I'm like, if you're an older woman and I'm younger, I'm probably 10 years you're 10 years my senior, right? Why is it that you cannot see the treasure in us fostering a positive relationship, right? That will further whatever objective we hope to fulfill. No, the first thing you're going to do, you're probably going to correct me on my grammar. The next thing that you're probably going to do, no, the next thing you'll probably do is, after you correct me on my grammar, you're going to talk about my dress code or whatever I'm wearing. Next thing you want to know if I have a man and why these young girls just all over the place. And the next thing that you do is generalize. Why we have to foster that type of relationship? Most of the time, my male colleagues, my friends who are my guy friends, their mentors who are older men are so encouraging. They are like their fathers. I don't have that auntie-niece type of relationship with older women who I work with. Andrea says, we also need to teach our young girls to love themselves first. It's the ladies that don't know or experience love behave in such negative way. Peace and love, ladies. It starts with us. Andre says, hello, much love, Andre. Tell me where you guys are connecting from if you're just joining the conversation, because I see you guys coming in. We are talking about why Jamaican women can't get along. I hope it's not a curse. I really hope it's not a curse. And I want to hear your solutions. What can we do to foster better relationships among Jamaican women this year in 2019? If you're just coming in, Happy New Year. I know you guys probably have a lot of things planned for the new year, but I feel like 2019 is just our year of restoration, yeah, man. I'm tired of the argument. Jane says, I agree with you, but it's not only Jamaicans. I agree that we have women right across the world who face this same issue. But for the purpose of this conversation, we're talking about Jamaican women. Emeralda says, big up yourself, Emeralda. Antoinette says, petty, very petty, very petty, very, 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 very petty. As I tell you, most of the times, it's nothing concrete. I remember one time I was working with an organization. I think I was one of the youngest members of the organization, and it got to a point it was very difficult to deal with this older woman, because anything that I suggest, any project that I put forward and the chairman would approve it, she would find every single fault in that project so that it would be cancelled. And like whenever she's pressed as to why she's just so opposed to it, her argument is usually along the line of, oh, it does not meet the standard of some foolish standard, some impossible standard, some standard what she can't even achieve. And I'm like, I remember even after leaving that organization and I ventured off into doing something independently, she, I don't know, by chance, was involved in it as well. And she went all out to encourage the participants of that of that independent project to not work with me. And I'm like, why would you do that? You see, understand what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys, have the, and when I say you guys as men, do you have that experience with other men? Do you find that they are so petty? Gail says some women have insecurities and jealousy. Boy, I'm not telling no lie. I don't want to seem as if I am being boastful, but yeah, mama, I feel like I'm jealous with you, Gail. Erica says no man is worth fighting for. Amen to that. All right. Andrea says I'm from Jamaica. I live in Mount Vernon in New York. Nice. Peter says greetings, happy New Year. It's all envy. So are you saying that Jamaican women, or some Jamaican women, or most Jamaican women are envious? Why? It seems my way. Celia says jealousy. And you see, there is nothing to be jealous about. There's nothing in this world to be jealous about. That's what I think. Whatever you achieve, it is on your merit. You understand? And if you find, I hope I'm not preaching to the choir and you guys are actually probably identifying some things that you possibly could change in your own experiences with women. We have to see a change in 2019. I think it's so important because we, even if the men don't want to admit it, women lead this world. Women lead this world. Behind any great man, let me tell you something. Even if they don't want to acknowledge it, behind every great man, every successful man there has ever been, Barack Obama, Marcus Garvey, Michael Manley. Let me talk about some Jamaicans now, right? Even bring it down to entertainers. Beanie Man, Tony Rebel. Who else? You name it. Behind every great man, there's a woman. There's a woman there guiding him. And if it is that your behavior is antagonistic, as a leader, is antagonistic, it's spiteful, it's disrespectful, it's negative, then what are you putting forward? We complain about so many problems in Jamaica, but I'm not telling no lie now. I think it stemmed from just our relationships with each other. Diana said we need to be more positive and stop giving to these negative females. Find females who you can form a positive friendship and avoid the negative one. Cephalin says, I believe most of it is jealousy. The older women don't like to see the younger women successful and look good. It's all amongst female siblings. That as well. I hate it. I hate to hear how when sisters and sisters don't get along, or sisters probably like a cousin and a cousin over foolishness. Happy New Year. If they are threatened, especially if you are young and have great positivity in all situations, I guess that too, they feel threatened, but there's no need to feel threatened. There's really no need to feel threatened. Stephlin says, even sisters are jealous of each other. It's pure jealousy and bad mind. Alright, so I want us to talk about solutions now. What can we do moving forward for 2019? What can you, and I want the men to comment as well. Lover, say Happy New Year, Ash. Happy New Year, lover. I want to know what you guys think we should be doing moving forward in 2019 to foster better relationships, right? I want to touch on another topic because I think it is important as well, but I don't want to just leave this hanging. I can tell you from my end, I try not to say negative things. If me really, and I know this is probably not so easy to do, but it is workable. You can do it. Sometimes people will tick you off, really tick you off, and you can't find something positive to say, right? Don't say anything. I've had people look at me like, you alright? Because I really don't want to tell you exactly what is coming to my foreminds. I'm going to spend some time and think about it and then come with something positive. So that's what I'm suggesting. Rather than answer, she tell you about your parts, man, and it burn you. You tell her something that is very positive and something that will really put her on the right path, and she tell you about your parts and so. Yes, before you say that, before you answer her negatively, just not say nothing. Just quiet. Erica says, first seek Jesus. See there? You can pray about it too. Radcliffe said, I think the old women them want take away young man. Okay, that's another topic. All right. Heron says some self-respect. I just say it start for true. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to respect yourself, and you have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else now believing in you. Alright, so I guess you guys are understanding exactly what I'm talking about and why it's important for us to just foster better relationships. And I'm not telling you any lie. Antoinette says there are so many opportunities out there. Why get jealous of someone else's achievement in life? Aim high and reach for the stars. The sky is the limit. Be encouraged and lift each other up instead of being negative towards each other. Exactly. You may not understand the life path of another woman, right? You'll never understand it. If you begin to try to understand why that person is the way they are, you're going to be, it probably consume you. It probably affect you really negative, make you sick. Don't. Spend more time managing your reaction, managing you. I was watching this video on I think it was on YouTube, where the guy was basically saying, he was a former monk, and he was saying just controlling your breathing will help you through some of the most challenging experiences in life. Because most of the time when you are very upset or you're very hyped up, your breathing is out of control. So once you get your breathing in check, you're good. So work on that for 2019. Andrea says, preach it. I do think positive before I respond. She says, even in my marriage of 28 years together, love, we say, ladies, and give love. Give love. Receive love and give love. Lover. What you say, lover? A majority of Jamaicans do not like to see a next Jamaican succeed, and I mean a lot. Wow. Angela says, everything that comes in your mind does not have to come out of your mouth. Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high. And I know for some of you guys watching, you'll be like, yeah, Ashleigh, I'm pretty sure people can draw you out. Yes, I'm not saying you're not going to make mistakes, you're not going to slip up sometimes, but it's just your responsibility to just bring it back. Bring it back. Do not let them get the best of you. Celia says, right on. Don't give evil for evil. It don't work out. Gail says, sometimes women who could have opportunities and didn't try to pursue it, they see other young women pursuing their dreams and feel threatened in a company. Example, layoffs, fired, demoted. Brenda says, tell me, how can a pastor try to break up a marriage? A woman pastor. Wow. Brenda, that I don't know if that is your experience, but that I would not classify that person as a pastor. I would classify that person as a home wrecker. If a woman pastor want to break up a marriage, that is a home wrecker. You understand? Noel says up. And I mean, that's another thing too. Some of us as women, we know that that people around us can be so negative, and we facilitate that type of behavior. I've been finding that recently, in addition to controlling my emotions. You see, whenever I am around somebody who not have nothing positive to say, I walk away or I ignore that person. I really do not respond to them. It could be one of my close friends, them, me I tell you no. You understand? It could be a family member. I just decide not to respond to that. Because I think it's like we're playing hypocrites as well. We know that the person really isn't saying anything positive, and rather than ignore that negative behavior or call it for what it is, we shut up or we laugh. That is what I don't like as well. We know, we see our friends criticizing another woman, putting down another woman, right? And we as her female friends cheering her on and laughing with her. How is that positive? How is that uplifting? And how are you really being a friend when you do that? We do that a lot on social media and in person. Heron says you have to know your purpose. Lover says it's almost impossible to change the next person. You can't. And somebody was telling me earlier this week that that's probably one of the reasons why most of these relationships aren't working out. And I'm talking about intimate partner relationships. You're going into the relationship and try to change somebody. Don't try to change nobody. The relationship will work out itself. But that's another topic. Antoinette says, be careful of wolves in sheep clothing. Brenda, that's your comment. So Antoinette is responding to you, read the woman pastor situation. All right, I won't be here for much longer, but I cannot end my conversation without talking about the ban on single-use plastic in Jamaica. It's plastic bag, plastic straws, plastic cups, and plastic plates, right? Guys, I support the ban. Let me first say that I support the ban on single-use plastic, because honestly, if it's a single use, then that means it's only one time, right? Only one time you're using it. And what is happening now? Single-use plastics are one of the main materials, main items that can be seen as that are poorly disposed of, I should say. So they're the single-use plastics. You see them on the street corners, right? You see them in the gullies. That's where they are. And some of the issues that we have, such as the flooding, you understand, such as the destruction of our coral reefs. And these are some of the issues that we face in Jamaica right now because of our poor disposal of single-use plastics. I support the ban. I don't want to say but. I support the ban on single-use plastic. It's just that I wish that there are more. I really think that we need more alternatives when it comes to the disposal of garbage, right? And just overall. So we're not going to use single-use plastics. So where we would have used single-use plastics, I think we need some alternatives, because it's serious. Just this week, I have friends telling me, say, boy, I keep forgetting that I have to either walk with a bag, walk with an extra bag when I go to the supermarket, or prepare to buy a paper bag, because I'm not getting a bag when I buy my items. I don't know where to put them, and sometimes the bag that I have it kind of hold everything. I've had people ask me, what am I going to do now with my garbage? So my garbage is piling up in my house, and I cannot put it in a bag because NSWMA is not coming to collect any plastic bags anymore. We have to put it in boxes, but if I put it in boxes and I put it outside, the dogs are going to, mess the place. So I really think that we need some alternatives to all of those concerns, especially when we talk about the disposal of sanitary products. Say plastic bag. Well, I don't know but the ladies who are watching this, you can tell me what obtains in other countries, because I know people from different countries are watching this as well. How do you not use a plastic bag to dispose of sanitary products? Like, what you use so that when you put it outside, the stray dogs and the other stray animals do not make a mess of it and embarrass you. Like, what do you do? That's something that we really have to think about, you know. Randy says, in Canada we have bins for everything. Okay, so that's something to consider as well. That is definitely something that we can consider. Possibly, I know there are sanitary product bins in the restrooms of most public buildings, but and thank you so much for all the hearts, but what are we then going to install sanitary at? What about like for domestic use? Where would you put those sanitary bins? Is it that every household now should have sanitary bins? Because probably that's the alternative. Sandra says they can use plastics to make reusable bags. Jamaica can do that. We are evolving. I have faith in Jamaica as well. Randy says there's never been an issue in Canada. Try and find a bin with a lid that they can't open. All right. That is, and you know that's our salient point, Randy, because in Jamaica now, I can tell you, most of our garbage bins don't have lids. So probably that's what we need. We need garbage bins with lids so that we can actually just put our garbage in there. We don't need bags. We don't need to put them in bags because the lid will have it covered. But then it's gonna require some discipline, because here's the thing that I know as well. When we have the lids now, and you see Jamaican people are can be indisciplined at times. When we have the lid, the garbage bin with lids, and they are filled, you know what happened? Let me just tell you what happened. You have a taxi man, or you have a bus man, or you have a pedestrian who just walk and just throw it on top of the bin. Just throw it on top of the lid, and it keeps piling, and nobody comes. The NSWMA does not come on time, and it's just there until the stray animals make a mess with it. So it's so many things to consider, guys. I truly support the use of eco-friendly products, because we really need to protect our environment. But boy, a whole heap of concerns we have to consider. Another thing that we have to consider, there is sanitation. I don't think we are 100% with sanitation in Jamaica. And right now, one of the concerns, especially for small businesses, restaurants, is the use of how should I say it now? It's replacing single-use plastic plates and cups with regular plates. You understand? There is a concern that not everybody who enters a restaurant are clean. You understand? And especially when you dine, you don't know who used the plate before you did. So it's really up on the small business owner now to ensure that their sanitation practices are up to scratch. So in addition to, washing the plate, you have to sanitize it as well. But man, I feel like, I don't think, and it's not even a thought. It's more along the line of knowing. Not many of them take great measure to sanitize and sterilize the utensils that they use to ensure that they are not, facilitating the transmission of diseases. And it's a concern. It's a concern. Lover says they need to supply you guys with containers like recycling and trash. That's true. We could do with more recycling bins. Diana says there should have been a solution put in place since we have now stopped using plastic bags. Come on, NSWMA, give us replacement. Esther says, in the Virgin Islands, we have a ban of plastic shopping bags, but we can still use trash can liners for our household trash. Well, I really want to see what the NSWMA is going to do about it. Just this week, it was reported on Nationwide News that, they are not going to come for the garbage in any plastic bags. So Erica says, garbage is usually not placed outside until the day garbage is picked up in the USA. Alright, in Jamaica, it's kind of different because sometimes the garbage collection schedule is off. Welcome. As I tell you, discipline and coordination is something that we are striving to achieve in Jamaica. Randy says, how often is your trash collected? I just addressed that. Erica says 2 times per week. So you're responding to Randy. Where is this coming from? Angela, so we're talking about the ban on single-use plastics in Jamaica. So ban on plastic bags, single-use plastic bags, straws, cups, plates, right? They are looking, it's going to be a phase-by-phase basis, so they are looking to implement a ban on plastic bottles, but me say, whoa, yo, because that has serious implications for so many things, and I don't necessarily see the need for plastic bottles to be banned. Why? Because they can be reused, and they are reused in Jamaica. If it is that you go to, like, you purchase chemicals from small businesses, they actually reuse some of these bottles that are distributed by Wisinco and other major bottling companies, plastic bottle, drink companies. Alright, so I will not be here for long. I really want to encourage you guys, if you are Jamaican, living in the island, just see how best you can actually implement some of the things that they're saying. So they're asking you to invest in some of those reusable straws, the paper, and the paper straws. Oh, by the way, there is a ban on styrofoam plastic. So you can't use styrofoam anymore to like pack like lunches, and so you have to use paper boxes, and so and that can actually work because you have Island Grill. I think they use the card boxes at Island Grill, and KFC use the paper type box. Lover says, I'm not a politician, but if I must say, Andrew is doing a great job as a classmate of him. All right. Randy says, have they said why they're banning plastics? I assume environmental concerns. Yes, they are. That is the exact reason Jamaica is trying to, are making steps towards becoming more eco-friendly. We need to protect our environment, and we need to develop a habit of recycling. We don't. I try my best to recycle my plastics, especially my plastic bottles. And even in my 9 to 5, that's a practice that we have developed in 2018 that we look to continue in 2019. So thank you so much, guys, for talking with me. Thank you so much for sharing your perspectives. Thank you for the solutions to my concerns. Really, plastic bag. We have to keep Jamaica pretty beautiful. As Randy said, keep Jamaica beautiful, and just keep positive. Keep Jamaican women out there watching this live. I really appreciate the love, genuine love that I get from you. And I just encourage you guys to just continue focusing on the positive for 2019. First video for 2019, but I'm just going to say it's going to get even better. I'm going to be taking this video reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, this weekly live, to different places, different spaces, and I'm taking you as well. Sharon says, great job, love watching you. I really like interacting with you too, Sharon. Big up Jamaica all the time. Kenny says, go back to put food in box. Yeah, man, some companies have already done that, Kenny. Have a blessed day as well. Take care, peace, love you, and stay safe.